With projected population growth by the year 2050, farmers would need to step up their game to continue feeding the world. World population and income, two factors that are directly proportional to food demand, are literally on the rise, showing an inevitable increase in the need for food as the years go by. Luckily, just like other sectors, the agricultural sector is being transformed with trends and processes that make it easy and even fun to be a farmer. To help you develop as a farmer, it's essential to adopt the new, helpful techniques and trends that are popping up by the dozen. This is why we've compiled a list of things that depict the future growth of farming for 2021 and beyond. But before we get into the list, kindly subscribe and turn on post notifications. That said, here are 7 future growth techniques for 2021. High-tech equipment. As the world has moved from the analog age to digital tech, there's numerous high-tech equipment that has been designed to make farming a lot easier. With the increase in food demand, farmers can no longer rely on the good old elbow grease to get work done. Fewer people are opting for hands-on farming, where you grow food by the sweat of your brow. The idyllic ranch life where people live and work on a farm all day long is quickly dying out. This can lead to lower food production, which is never a good thing. People want food, and they want it now. To stay ahead of the game, farmers will have to depend on help from the technology industry to help them meet up with food demands. For instance, say goodbye to manually milking that stubborn cow and say hello to brand new robotic milkers that do everything for you, including monitoring the milk output of each cow. There are also machines for cloud computing software, nitrogen sensors, and irrigation apps, all of which work together to reduce the workload of farming. If you have an especially large farm, you might want to consider getting agricultural drones. These are usually small flying helicopters or quadcopters that can be autopiloted by a GPS. They help to survey vast areas of farmland, map the property, monitor livestock and irrigation systems, and a lot more. With the new equipment available in the farming industry, farming is increasingly easier and cooler. Plant gene editing. A lot of people are suffering from malnutrition, and the world's population is increasing. At the same time, agriculture is suffering from loss of biodiversity, and increasing alterations in plant growth are worsened by climate change. Thankfully, with advances of science has come this new, fascinating branch of agriculture that deals with plant genome editing. It comes with the promise of rapidly developing crops that are less susceptible to pest and disease damage. It involves altering the regulation of gene expression patterns in crops that enable agricultural scientists to add valuable traits or remove undesired traits. For the science geeks, gene editing involves 3 major types of modifications. There's type 1, where just a few nucleotides are altered, type 2, where an allele is replaced with a pre-existing one, and type 3, which allows you to insert new genes in regions of the plant's genome. For those that didn't understand a word I just said, don't worry. There are people that study these techniques for a living. And if you're worried about reduced nutrients in the edited crops, relax. There are genetic editing sequences dedicated to increasing the nutritional value of the edited crops. So, fast-growing, disease-resistant, and very nutritious plants? Win-win for everyone involved. Livestock gene editing. You didn't think farm animals would be left out, did you? If you didn't know, there are also gene editing techniques available for livestock. And good news, because studies have shown that the global demand for animal-based food products is projected to increase by 70% by 2050. Despite the fact that veganism is on the increase, they still rank at about 2.5% of the world's population, which propels the shift in demand for food products from majorly grains to meat, especially in developing countries. Smallholder farms have been the major support for terrestrial and aquatic animal production for a long time, but with the increase in demand, these farms need to kick it up a notch, which they did with selective breeding. They chose special breeds to cultivate and saw tangible results such as sturdier, bigger animals. But the world is still hungry, so we need to turn to genetic editing and modification. This is similar to plant editing, as it introduces useful genetic information into locally adapted breeds, helping to increase their productivity by increasing key changes like heat tolerance, disease resistance, and more. The best part of this editing is in the creation of super-dad livestock. The theory behind this is simple. Transfer of beneficial genetic modifications to the offspring, much like how Deadpool's kid, if he ever has one, would probably be indestructible too. Soil management. The human population is increasing, but the Earth's land area, well, it isn't. What does this imply? It means that the portion of land available for farming is bound to become smaller and smaller as more houses and parking lots and companies and industries are built to cater to the increasing number of people. Apart from that, soil that has been used over and over tends to have reduced nutrients, which in turn reduces productivity. The first step to improving soil fertility is soil testing, and fortunately, there are new and improved methods for that. You can use nuclear and isotopic techniques involving the isotopes of different elements to help trace the movement of fertilizers in soils, crops, and water, which in turn provides quantitative data on the efficacy, movement, and residual effects of these fertilizers. Armed with that information, you can then adjust your fertilizer application strategies. Combining this with the normal routine of rotation with nitrogen-fixing crops, good drainage and tillage, organic and inorganic fertilizers, and using cover crops where necessary, you're sure to optimize your soil for long-term usage. Social media. Without marketing, many businesses wouldn't exist, and this applies to agriculture as well. It's what drives sales, and sales and profit keep a business going. When it comes to marketing, social media packs quite a punch, especially in this IT era. Billions of people are on the internet every day, switching from one social platform platform to another, searching for information on products and services. Since you know where people are sourcing information from, it'll be common sense to use that knowledge to your advantage. Surveys have proven that most people are more likely to buy a product that they have seen advertised or recommended from trusted sources online. Just remember to do the appropriate research before deciding which platform you want to use to showcase your business. As well as for marketing, social media is also a nearly inexhaustible source of information. There's almost always an article on whatever question you have online. There's tons of information out there which can help you avoid or correct mistakes, especially for newbies. If you use YouTube, you can even watch the how-to videos, create a website, open a social media page, build a brand for your business, get important farming updates and information. The wise farmer is the one who taps into the untold potential of social media for his or her business. Water management. Like every other area of human life, water is also affected by the worsening changes in climate and a burgeoning population. And just like other aspects of farming, the process of water management is evolving and becoming more digital. From smart metering and leak detection to smart irrigation that provides water based on the soil's moisture content and the actual water needs of the crop, to data integration to help you view all relevant information on a single platform in real time, there's no limit to the progress of managing water resources. Other measures in conserving water include crop scheduling, drip irrigation systems that deliver water directly to a plant's roots, growing drought-tolerant crops, planting cover crops to increase the water-holding capacity of the soil, dry farming, and many more. Any of these techniques can be combined with digital innovations to help you utilize water and produce the best yield possible. You know the drill. Go smash that subscribe button and leave a like for this video. Also, share your thoughts on water management. We'd love to hear from you. We're just about to move on, but we have to inform you that if you aren't yet subscribed, our avatar will come to haunt you in your dreams. Don't say we didn't warn you. Top food trends. Farming remains one of the most satisfying jobs to do. Here you literally see the results of your labor as those plants shoot up or as the animals get bigger. What can be better than that, you ask? The answer: having your produce snatched up as soon as it's ready for sale. It really isn't just about having a bountiful harvest. Selling your products and getting profit is as important as getting a bountiful harvest, if not more. Imagine you just amassed a large batch of crops, but you can't sell them, and so you have to watch some of it get bad and spoil. This is definitely a bigger and more painful loss. You can avoid this by cultivating crops or livestock that are high in demand in your supply area. Products like honey, meat, fish, and vegetables are always in demand and can even be done with limited space. Things like microgreens are highly sought after by restaurants and reach selling size in under 2 weeks. Medicinal herbs are another sector of products whose demand is on the increase. Growing them would ensure you remain relevant in a world moving more and more away from conventional medicine. Rice, wheat, and corn are essential staple foods that will never go out of demand. When you meet the demands of top food trends, it'll be extremely difficult to run out of business. To sum it up, you have to scale up by being resilient and adaptable, and brave enough to make clear changes to the way you farm. After implementing these 7 hot new trends, you are sure to remain relevant in the agriculture sector. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you get to see more amazing videos as they drop. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.